Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, folks, wherever you may be. This is Don Ohsman, Editor-in-Chief of HideNet Publications. With us today is Andrea Guolo, the star of the European Market Report. Andrea has just returned from covering the Lineapelle show in Milan. He's now returned to Bologna. Andrea, what was your overall impression, positive, negative, of the show?
Hi, Don. The impression is about a lot of things that changed because, first of all, prices. Let's talk about prices. This is our job now. It seems to me that the situation is quite steady for some kind of selections and origins, especially for bulls. But a lot of things changed about cows, of course. There is an interesting drop in Europe after some months of incredible steady prices if we compare to what happened outside Europe, for instance, the United States. This week in Lineapelle, prices fell more or less of 10, 15 cents for some origins. I mean, UK.
Cows, right?
Cow. Limited to cows. I mean, UK, France too, Germany, Holland, general, because the impression is that in the low medium quality there is less demand, and this is of course originated by the disappear of China in the European hide market. And probably this is not the last drop. I suppose that in the next future, in the future weeks, we'll see some other adjustment in the low direction.
So, are you saying that the European cow producers aren't getting the business they need from China, so they have to drop the price to sell to Italy?
This is my impression, but not also mine. Not only my impression. A lot of things told me this. There is no export of cow outside Europe in this moment, or the export really slow because the hide export to China was one of the reasons why the prices were steady. Now things are changed.
Is the Brazilian an overhang on the market, a depressant?
A lot of Brazilian hide with incredible prices. Some rumors about $1.20 for a square meter for the tier 1. This is really low, of course.
we heard $1.15 in Shanghai.
$1.15?
We heard. I don't know.
Probably for big quantities. But I don't know, because today some bids were made in the fair, and the prices were low, of course. This is only for cow.
So the Italian tanners are the only game in town. If you have hides in Europe today, you have to sell to Italy?
Probably. I don't know. But about calf, prices are steady. And another fact about calf, the best selection are really expensive. There are rumors in fair of €9 per kilos for the best French calf paid by the brands of luxury. It seems to me quite impossible, €9. It's double than the second choice.
You've been writing that, but what happens to the lower grades, which is the majority, correct?
The lower grades are now quite in trouble because for cows there is only the demand of best quality. So for lower grades, it seems to me, I have this impression, prices will go down in the next weeks. But it's my impression, not true. We have to find the truth. And probably if the prices will go down, the market for outside Europe, I mean China, of course, can be reopened. This is the only perspective to see a new demand for low grades of calf.
Good.
Totally different the situation for bull. There is a demand, there is production, and prices are steady. I mean, €2.20 for the benchmark, which is the South American bull.
Thank you. One more question. How bad is a split market, or is there a split market?
The split market? Oh my God, this is a good question. Really, really low. for best quality, there is still some demand, but it's really, really low. And the big consumers of the split in the world are quite outside of the market. I mean, not only the best sport brand for shoe, but also the big groups of furniture. They are not using splits at this moment. And if they split, they buy with low prices.
We hear that all over the world. Andrea, we have to leave. Thank you very, very much for your synopsis of Lineapelle. We look forward to your market report coming this weekend.
Okay, thank you very much. Wait for some news. Good news.
Okay. Ciao. Bye.
Bye-bye.